What is going on, YouTube? Joe here with Culination Media, and welcome back for another episode of Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire Battle Spot Live. This is episode number 38, and coming into today, we are sitting at a record of 67 and 14 on the series. We're bringing a brand new team today. Finally was able to allow myself to part with the Superior set that was not able to KO a Talonflame because we didn't run into one. So now that it's off the team, I'm expecting to run into Talonflame every single battle. But I do have an Onyx on the team to be able to handle that, so the team doesn't look too crazy at a glance, but once I go over what that Darmanitan set is, you might think I'm a little bit crazy, but I swear, it's going to get a kill. It's going to get at least one kill, mark my words, I'm going to call it right now. It's going to kill something, maybe not in this episode, but eventually. So I guess we'll start with the Sceptile. It is going to be a Mega Sceptile, of course, and it's actually a special variant. It just has 4 attacks. So it's packing the Leaf Storm, Giga Drain, and Dragon Pulse, which are all stab moves. And then I decided to go with the Focus Blast because Hidden Power Fire, unfortunately, allows me to be walled by things like Heatran. So Focus Blast will hit Heatran plus Scizor neutrally, and it does hit Ferrothorn as well. So that is that. I know I could run EQ to take out Heatran, but Focus Blast is just better coverage. And doesn't force me to run a negative defense nature. But anyway, that's the Sceptile. Then we have Weavile. It is a Life Orb set. I am packing the Ice Shard, Ice Punch, Knock Off, and Low Kick for things like Tyranitar and Heatran. So that's that. Then we have an interesting Kingler set. This is going to be Sub-Salic with Swords Dance. Crabhammer and Knockoff are my attacking moves, so I'm hoping that that's going to be able to put in a lot of work. It's super dangerous. Really, I think every set that Kingler has is dangerous. It can run Scarf, it can run Band. A little bit too slow to run Band on Battle Spot, but in things like NU and is it usable in PU? I don't know if it's still usable in PU. It was at one point, but yeah, it's just dangerous. So that's the Kingler set. Then we have Onyx. I think I'm invested in my special defense just because Onyx has like base 160 physical defense, but it's a full stop to Talonflame, and I can just Rock Tomb it. And it's actually relatively fast as well with base 70 speed, so I can outspeed things like Ferrothorn, and I am packing Taunt for that very reason. So I can't get Leaf Seeded, no Stealth Rocks, all that jazz. So that is that, and I feel like I'm saying that is that a lot. So, the Darmanitan is Zen Mode, and I'm going to lead off with it against this guy. It's Flame Charge, Focus Sash, with Fire Blast, Psychic, and Focus Blast as the rest of its moves. I wanted to try Zen Mode Darmanitan for so long now. People have suggested it as well, but I was like, don't worry, I have one. I just need to find the right time to bring it, and I'm finally bringing it, and I'm going to try to get a kill in this first battle here. It's such a silly set. It really is. It has no place being on a serious Battle Spot team, but I'm never serious on Battle Spot. So, the last but not least member of the team, that makes sense, last but not least member. No, I don't think it did, but it's Calm Mind, flourishes, physically defensive. Calm Mind, it's mono-attacking Moonblast with Synthesis instead of Wish Protect. So, that's pretty much that. So let's get into the battle here, as he's going to lead off with Volcarona, which is the exact thing I needed him to lead off with, because this thing most likely will try to set up, and even if he does have HP Rock, he's not killing me. So I'm free to just go for a Flame Charge here, and because I'm still normal Darmanitan until the end of the turn, I am going to be able to hit him while my attack is still pretty decent. Because I believe my attack stat drops to like base 30 or 35 after I enter Zen Mode, and all of that extra physical attacking power goes into my special attack and bulk, and I lose a bunch of speed and stuff as well. So he does opt to go for the Quiver Dance, and Flame Charge is doing a decent amount. So that's working in our favor, because now I get to hit him with another Flame Charge, and that actually gets a crit, which might turn out to matter here. Because now he's going to go for the Fiery Dance. Is that even going to do half? It does. Okay, so we are going to go into Zen Mode here. That's actually great because I do get a significant increase in my bulk, which does mean I might be able to take a hit. And now I'm at +2 speed, which means even if he did bring that Crobat, I outspeed it. So he's going to have to hope that he has something with priority. because he went for an attacking move there, which means I also likely outspeed you here. because this is probably bulky Volcarona. I mean, it has to be because, well, that doesn't have to be, but I'm assuming that's what it is. So at this point, I can just Fire Blast. I don't know if a Flame Charge will kill. In fact, it probably won't because I have base 35 attack, or base 30 or whatever it is. So we'll go for a Fire Blast, and that is going to be able to take him out. We get another critical hit just to add insult to injury. I don't know if that mattered. I mean, he was at +1 special defense, but still, I have like base 140 special attack. I think it's base 140. So I don't think you were going to take that regardless. So I don't think that one mattered, but the Flame Charge crit mattered, so that kind of stinks. Now he's going to go into Lucario. This is going to be Mega. If he's physical, he's going to try to hit me with an extreme speed here, and I don't think that's going to kill. I don't think he can kill me with anything here. He has to hope that I miss a Fire Blast. And if it turns out that he's special, all he has is Vacuum Wave for priority. And that's not going to do anything because I get a Psychic type as my secondary type. And he is just going to go for the Vacuum Wave. That does absolutely nothing. And we hit another Fire Blast. That's a dead Mega Lucario. Are we really sweeping with the Zen Mode Darmanitan? Is this really happening? Am I going to wake up in a few minutes and find out that this was all some kind of cruel, twisted dream? And not the reality that I really need it to be? He's going to go out into Crobat. This is going to die to a Psychic. I don't even have to hit another Fire Blast. And because he allowed me to get up to +2, this thing is dead unless it's Focus Sash. It's not Focus Sash. We just swept a T1 battle spot with a Zen Mode Darmanitan. Are you kidding me right now? What? What? I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. And here I was at the beginning of the video being like, I swear, you might think I'm crazy, but I swear we're going to get a kill with this. Yeah, try 3 in the same battle. That's a 3-0 because of Zen Mode Darmanitan. Oh my gosh. I don't care if we lose the rest of our battles in this session. I legitimately don't care. I can still say that I swept a team with Zen Mode Darmanitan. Oh look, we have somebody from the United States, which is great, from Alabama. That's cool. So this is a pretty interesting team. I see the Mega Lopunny, Crobat again, Blastoise. Is that going to be Mega? Maybe he has multiple Megas? No, the Kangaskhan is going to be Mega. That's probably Mega, not, blah, 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 can't talk. That is probably regular Blastoise, because I don't think he'd bring 3 potential Megas. So I highly doubt he's just using normal Kangaskhan because no one's cool enough for that. So, or not no one. Not a lot of people, I should say. He's got the Porygon Z, that's pretty dangerous. He's got a lot of normal types. And I see the Florges as well. I don't know what that's going to be, but it doesn't have an item. So I'm going to guess he's not going to bring that. But I can bring my own Florges because it actually does put in a lot of work against this team. I should be able to take a hit from the Lopunny and fire back a Moonblast. I don't even know if I need to get a boost to kill it, just because Lopunny's that frail, and it is going to be super effective after the Mega Evolution. I can set up on Blastoise, and I should be able to take a hit from the Porygon Z as well. So the only thing that we really have to worry about is the Crobat, and I guess the Mega Kangaskhan, but looking at my team, it would make more sense for him to bring the Lopunny. So I'm going to bring Onyx as well, just because it does help against the Crobat, and it does help against the Kangaskhan. Even if Kangaskhan has Earthquake, I can hit it with a Rock Tomb to slow it down. And I guess I will bring the Darmanitan as our third Pokemon. Do I want to do that? Maybe that's not the best idea. What will fit in that last spot? Maybe Mega Sceptile? Because I can hit things with a Focus Blast. He doesn't really have anything that wants to take a Leaf Storm other than the Crobat. But I have Onyx for that, so I feel like that's some pretty decent offensive synergy. So let's get into it. I'm still reeling from that first battle. Oh my goodness, my heart is racing. My heart is racing. Jeez. That might be better than the Beautifly sweep. I don't know. I do not know. Well, no, I mean, Beautifly took out a team of mostly legendaries with, like, Cresselia and everything, and Crocoon, so those are 2 of my most hated Pokemon of all time, so that's probably better, but still, Zen Mode Darmanitan, no slouch. So he is going to lead off with the Crobat, unfortunately, as I was hoping to catch something like Blastoise leading, and I'm going to have to go into Crobat, as he does show off the Cross Poison, So is this banded? That doesn't look like banded damage. That did 6. That did 6 HP. Okay then. So he's gonna have to switch here. And I don't know what he's going to go into. He's going to go out into the Blastoise. Okay, that's perfect because, like I said, I can get a turn of setup on with Florges. So, and if he has Toxic or he burns me with Scald, I do have the Aromatherapy as well. So we get the speed lowered on this, and I feel like my best play is to just go right into Florges. I mean, I could go into Sceptile too, just because he's most likely going to go for a Water-type move. I don't think he's going to fire off an Ice Beam here. Even if it turns out that he's Mega, I still don't think Ice Beam would be his move of choice. But Sceptile doesn't have any recovery other than Giga Drain, and he can just keep switching in Crobat on that. So I will just go into Florges here. So, and especially because that's not banded, Crobat, I can probably live a hit from max HP. But it turns out that he's going to just stay in and go for the Water Spout here with Blastoise. Well, obviously he was going to stay in. There's no reason for him to switch there. So he shows that he is not Mega, and he might be choiced in some way. I mean, clearly he's offensive if he has the Water Spout. So we want to get as much damage off as possible on this thing, just because that'll decrease the power of Water Spout. He might also have Hydro Pump, though. So he's going to make the switch directly into the Crobat, actually, and not try to fire off another hit. So we're going to get some chip damage off on this, and we'll get to see if it's Black Sludge, as we are going to get some Lefty's recovery as well. And he doesn't show the Black Sludge, so I don't know what his item is. But I'm going to make the same play that I made last time and go right into Onyx, because he really can't touch me. I'm really hoping that he doesn't have something outrageously stupid like Confuse Ray, or even Hypnosis. That would be not so nice. But he's just going to go for the Cross Poison here, so that's fine, because that only does 6. About 6 HP, so I can take that all day, and I can just continue to fire off Rock Dooms. I'm going to Toxic here. Am I? Am I going to Toxic? He's going to go right back into Blastoise, because I can't really hurt him. Yeah, I really want to click Toxic. It's a bit ballsy, but, oh, he actually opts to stay in to Hypnosis me, of course. That all-powerful Hypnosis Crobat. So, he's not choiced. I mean, we kind of figured that out already, but I don't know what his item is. I really don't. We're able to burn a turn of sleep as well, which is great. I can burn another one here because this Crobat can't touch me, so I can still go for Toxic. Because I don't think he's going to stay in. Yeah, he's going to probably go back into that Blastoise, I'm assuming. Yep, that is indeed what he does. And will we get a Toxic off? We will, because we get the second turn Wake. But I'm expecting that we're going to be put to sleep again. Unless he just misses a Hypnosis, which I guess is possible because it's a 60% accuracy move. So that's why you probably shouldn't be running it in the first place. But people still do. So I'm going to make the switch again. It's a safe play, but I have to because I want to keep Onyx around. Otherwise, I cannot beat that Crobat. So he's just going to go for the Water Spout again. And it does a little bit less this time just because he's taken a little bit more damage. And it's going to continue to rack up, so it's going to do even less this coming turn just because he takes more toxic damage here. And because of that, I can go for a Synthesis, and he actually opts to stay in and let the toxic damage continue to rack up. That's not going to be enough to kill me. You definitely needed a crit there. So I don't know if you were banking on that or what exactly it was, but I do have the Synthesis, so that's going to keep me rather healthy. And I'm expecting him to want to switch this turn because there's no reason for him to just stay in and continually take this damage when he doesn't have to. And I'm assuming he has some type of other reliable water-type stab that doesn't require him to be at full health. So I'm assuming he's got to have Surf or Hydro Pump or something along those lines. But I think he's choiced just by the way he's been using him. I don't know if he's Scarf or Specs, but I suppose it doesn't really matter. I could try to switch in Sceptile here, but if he goes into Crobat, he will outspeed me before I Mega Evolve, so my best play is probably just to Moonblast, as he actually decides to leave his Blastoise in, so he's sacking it, essentially. It's probably going to die due to the Moonblast plus Toxic damage, And yeah, it definitely is, because that Moonblast does a solid chunk, because this is not defensive Blastoise. It is Water Spout Blastoise. So he's going to die to the toxic damage, and that's great, because that's one less answer he has to Onyx, which will beat his Crobat one-on-one. Even if he does put me to sleep, he has, what, Cross Poison and I'm guessing Brave Bird as his attacking moves. So, yeah, none of those are going to be doing anything to Onyx. So we should be fine. We probably will see whatever that last Pokemon is. Oh, no, he's just going to go into the Crobat. Never mind. So, we still don't know what that third Pokemon is, but I still want to make the safe play and go into Onyx here, I think. Now, he could just go straight for the Hypnosis, because I've made the exact same play every single time this Crobat has come in. And I'm fine with that. I mean, I guess it depends on what that last Pokemon is. If it's like a setup Pokemon, that could be troublesome, because I won't burn Return of Sleep this time around. But he is just going to go for the Hypnosis again and hit another one. And we are going to be fast asleep yet again. This is quite annoying. I don't know why people run Hypnosis on Crobat, but it's just kind of silly, I guess. I don't know. But I have a Zen Mode Darmanitan and an Onyx on my team, so no one should take me seriously when I say that's silly. Seriously, don't ever take me seriously. Lopunny's coming out, so that's going to be his last Pokemon, and we'll burn our first turn of sleep here. I mean, I could Aromatherapy with Florges, but I think I'm going to be hard-pressed to find that turn to be able to do that. So, there's also no Sleep Clause, so I need to be aware of that. He can just try to put my entire team to sleep if he wants to. Now, I'm guessing he's going to go for High Jump Kick, because that's going to hit me for the most amount of damage. And my Sturdy is broken, so he could potentially OHKO me. I don't know what the damage roll on that would look like. I'd have to calc it, and I'm not going to do that at this point. I really don't need Sceptile either, because Sceptile is going to get outsped by Lopunny, and it gets outsped by Crobat. I would need to have Protect on this to have a chance to fire off an attack at all, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. So I will just go into Sceptile here. I don't even know if I can live a hit. Maybe I can. Possibly, barely, but it's not going to matter. I'm still going to just die the following turn. So these usually carry Ice Punch anyway, so it won't matter. He won't even have to risk the High Jump Kick afterwards. So he's actually going to go for the Ice Punch this turn, which is interesting because he was not going to OHKO Onyx with an Ice Punch. So I could have potentially woken up there. But it does not matter, as we are just sacking Sceptile here, essentially. And we are probably going to have to make a play to win. I've been playing very, very safe. And I'm going to have to make a play predicting that Crobat to get the win, I think. As he is going to show off the Drain Punch here. And Sceptile's going to bite the dust. Now, I could have, I guess, switched in Florges, but I wanted it to be as healthy as possible, just because I kind of need it to be in order to be able to take a return from this. I was not going to take a High Jump Kick and or Ice Punch plus return, so that's why the sack was necessary. So at this point, I could Synthesis, predicting him to go into Crobat, and I think I want to do that. I mean, even if he does stay into return and try to kill me, it's not going to work because I'm physically defensive. So, yeah, that does about 40-ish% or so, and we're going to get about 56% of our health back thanks to Synthesis plus Lefties. And I can Synthesis again. I know I'm playing with a critical hit here, but if he doesn't get it, I should be able to take 2 returns after that, which means I'm free to either Calm Mind or Moonblast. Most likely Moonblast. But after seeing that damage, he might want to switch into Crobat too. So there's that. But in the worst case scenario is I just get back up to full HP. If I do go for Synthesis, I don't have too much to lose. Because, I mean, I can just go right into Onyx. I'm already asleep, so I don't really have anything to lose. I'm just going to Moonblast. I'm not even going to worry about the Synthesis. He is going to actually switch, though. So we're going to get some more chip damage off on this thing. I don't know if it has Roost. I do not know. We could try to predict around that with Earthquake with our Onyx when it does wake up. We'll have to see. But, yeah, I mean, I guess it was somewhat of a risky play to go for Moonblast, but he couldn't kill me. So he was either going to return and die to a Moonblast, most likely, or, you know, go into Crobat and take some damage. So I get lefties anyway, so I figured that actually be the better play. But now I'll go into Onyx. I don't want to take a cross poison or be put to sleep, so he does just go for the cross poison. That's his safest play, I suppose. I'm guessing he doesn't have U-turn. That would make things a little bit different because he could get some momentum on the switch into Onyx. But it appears as though he has Hypnosis over the U-turn. So I'm assuming he has Brave Bird for Flying Stab, and I don't know what that last move is. Possibly the Roost. But I'm going to pull a double here, predicting him to go into Lopunny, and he is going to do that. So finally, I decide to step out of the comfort zone a little bit there and make a prediction. He's been making the safe play every single time as well. We've both been doing the same thing. Both of us have been playing very conservatively, and he doesn't seem to feel like he is in a position to make a prediction, or maybe he just doesn't like doing that. I really wanted to earlier on, but I felt like it was a bit too risky. There was no reason for me to do that because I could still put myself in a good position by playing safe. And at that point, I didn't have too much to lose. So now I can go for Moonblast. If he stays into return, he's dead. And if he goes into Crobat, he's going to take more damage. So he is going to stay in and go for the return. And we're still at a healthy amount of HP. I can just go for a Moonblast here. And that is, in fact, going to OHKO Lopunny, which is saying something because I am not invested in my special attack at all. I think, well, that's not true. I think I have like 4 or 8 EVs in special attack, which is not much. But Lopunny is frail. It's a super effective move, and Florges does have good natural special attack anyway. So he's going to go into the Crobat here. I really have no reason to save Florges at this point. It doesn't do anything for me. I mean, I could switch in Onyx, I guess, but it would just take unnecessary damage. So he's actually going to go for the Brave Bird instead of the Cross Poison. I don't know why he would do that, because he's clearly not choiced. He switched up moves. He went for Hypnosis before. So, yeah, he just, I mean, Cross Poison would have killed me there, but he just takes extra recoil. But I don't know if it's going to matter either way, because as soon as I wake up, this match is, going to be over. As long as I hit a Rock Tomb, he's going to need me to get max sleep turns plus a few critical hits here. And if he goes for Brave Bird, I think he might kill himself. It's possible. It's possible that he might kill himself. So all we need to do is hit 1 Rock Tomb, and that's going to be it. It apparently does not have Roost either, because he's not going for it. He could very easily get a free Roost here, as I'm still fast asleep. I think that was only the second turn of sleep that we've burned. So this will be turn 3. So I'm expecting to wake up here, as he's just spamming Brave Bird at this point. He really, really needs me to sleep another 2 turns or so and get a critical hit, because that's only doing about 20 HP or so each time. And we are going to stay asleep again. So that's good, but he still needs at least 1 other turn and then like back-to-back crits, or for me to miss a Rock Tomb here. So I'm pretty sure we're going to get the victory. But I commend him for not forfeiting. I definitely give you some credit there, because a lot of people just forfeit as soon as they think they're going to lose. Because I guess there's the whole mindset, why waste people's time if you think it's going to be a loss, but, I don't know. I guess I just don't really necessarily agree with that, but it's a preference thing. So either way, we do wake up finally and fire off the Rock Tomb. Onyx takes out the Crobat, and that is going to be a victory for us. So that brings our record to 69 and 14 on the series, because yeah, we started off at 67 wins and we won both of our battles. That was kind of that had to be a long match, because we only had the 2 battles. And it's been 24 minutes. So I guess we're going to call it an episode here. But it was definitely worth it. It was definitely a lot of fun. We saw Onyx pick up a kill and Zen Mode Darmanitan pick up a sweep. So I'd say that's a pretty productive episode. So we'll see what happens. I would like to see Kingler put in some work in the following parts. But we'll see what happens. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure you're leaving a like rating or a comment or whatever you would like to do, of course. And I will see you all next time. And until then, game on.